Hello, and welcome back to our Advanced Squad Leader tutorial series. Presently, we are covering concealment in ASL. In part 1 of the concealment, we went through all the benefits of concealment in Advanced Squad Leader. The next question is, how do we get all those benefits? And that's what Volume 2 is all about. While the rules are rather long and detailed, they can be broken down simply. At certain times through the course of the game, whenever your good order infantry is out of sight from the enemy, they might be able to gain concealment. By the same token, when your guys do certain things in line of sight of the enemy, they can lose concealment. If you like, you can refer to the concealment gain and loss table provided with Advanced Squad Leader. Here, we will try to show a more common sense approach for 90% of the things you might do in an average Advanced Squad Leader game. Let's deal with the setup. The first situation is that one side is the Scenario Defender. The Scenario Defender is the side that sets up first while the other side has no units on board and is entering. There are other benefits the Scenario Defender gets, such as bore sighting, but they are another topic. In this instance, all the Defender's units set up under question marks. Any question marks they may receive on the scenario card's order of battle are meant to be used as dummy stacks or to build up certain stacks. Units that are not under order of battle given question marks are limited to just one question mark on top of each stack. Now let's do a setup with both sides setting up on the board. After both sides have set up, players check line of sight between opposing units. If the unit in question is out of line of sight of all enemy units, including stacks under question marks, that unit automatically gets concealed if in concealment terrain, or can roll for it if not. Here we will show a typical setup on the Eastern Front between the Germans and the Russians. This is the setup after both sides have placed all their units. The 447 in the trees gets it concealment automatically because no one can see him and he's in concealment terrain. The 628 in the open, behind the trees, can try to roll for it because he's out of line of sight but in the open. To do this, the Russian player will roll one die and add the unit size number to it. If the result is less than or equal to 5, he gains concealment. You can use leadership modifiers to help conceal the unit. The unit size number is equal to the number of figures on the counter. A squad has a unit size number of 3, a half squad, or crew of 2, and a single man counter of 1. In this instance, the 628 rolls a 2, adding his unit size number of 3. The total is less than or equal to 5, so he gains concealment. The Russian 458 squad is in concealment terrain, but is in line of sight of the German 468, so it is not eligible for concealment. Finally, let's gain concealment through the course of the game. We are finishing up the turn and have just finished the Russian advance phase. At this point, all the Russian infantry units that are out of line of sight of the enemy and in concealment terrain gain concealment automatically. Units that are out of line of sight, but not in concealment terrain, can roll for it like we did before. Now that we have gained concealment, let's see how the units lose it. The first way is firing. Anytime a concealed unit fires in the line of sight of an unbroken enemy unit, concealment is lost. So, for example, the 628 is in line of sight of the 468 2 X's away. During prep fire, the Russian fires them at the German unit on the 6 firepower column. No matter what happens to the German 468, the 628 is exposed. Now, if the German 468 was somehow broken already and no other German unit had line of sight to the 628, it would not be exposed. The second way a unit loses concealment is if it moves into the open in line of sight of an enemy unit, or if it non-assault moves in terrain in line of sight of an enemy unit. There are 3 Russian units in this stack in the line of sight of the German 468. If the 447 moves into the open, he is unconcealed. If Unit B assault moves into the trees next to the stack, he is not revealed and stays concealed. If the 628 non-assault moves through the same hexes as the concealed Russian did, but does not use assault movement, he is exposed as well. Another way a unit loses concealment is through getting shot at and being forced to take morale checks or pin checks. The best way to show this is with an example. The Russian 447 is under concealment in the trees. The 468 and the 9-1 German leader fire at him on the 2 firepower table with no modifier due to the leadership modifier of a -1. The German player rolls a 5. On the 2 firepower column, this is a morale check. The 447 is revealed and now has to pass a morale check using its inherent 7 morale. There are several points to help clarify concealment. Certain activities that do not occur that often can cause concealment loss if done in line of sight of the enemy. For example, declaring opportunity fire, placing a demo charge, assembling or disassembling a weapon, or attempting to recover or transfer a weapon. Certain activities don't cause concealment loss even in line of sight of an enemy, including operating a radio and spotting for a mortar. If a concealed leader attempts to rally a unit in the line of sight of the enemy, the leader is revealed, but the rest of the concealed units stacked with him are not. This concludes Volume 2 of Concealment in Advanced Squad Leader. If you found it helpful and enjoyed it, like us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. If you have any thoughts, questions, or suggestions, feel free to leave comments here or contact me at bob@table-top-war-games.com. If you want to learn all the greatest news on ASL, check out our website, www.theadvancedsquadleaderexperience.com. For news about the other great games we carry, check out our website, www.table-top-war-games.com. Like always, thanks for watching, and take care.